how does credit card processing work? Credit card processing supports today's most common payment method. Simple as it seems, credit card processing is actually really complex, involving many parties and relying on advanced technology. And as a business owner, you're at the center of it all. So let's get into it. You know how your customer's credit card payment somehow turns into your business's revenue? In reality, there's a series of events that happen between a customer swiping their card and you receiving the payment in your business bank account. And that part is credit card processing. I'll break down the series of events step by step, but first, a quick run through of all the parties involved. Number one is you, your business, offering a good or service in exchange for payment. And next is obviously the customer who's purchasing something from your business with their credit or debit card. The payment processor isn't there, but they're there, you know? They facilitate the back-end fulfillment of the transaction between the issuing bank and the acquiring bank. The issuing bank houses the customer's credit card account, and the acquiring bank houses the merchant's account. Some banks can even act as both the acquiring and issuing bank. So let's say Wells Fargo issued the customer's credit card and the business's merchant account. In this case, Wells Fargo will perform the responsibilities of both the issuing and the acquiring bank. After the customer and the merchant have long said their goodbyes and gone about their days, the payment processor facilitates the transfer of funds from the issuing to the acquiring bank with the help of card brand networks. Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and Discover, they probably sound familiar. They're the 4 major card networks in the US that provide the necessary infrastructure for credit card processing. In fact, processing every single credit card transaction involves, at a minimum, all of these parties. Now that I've covered who's involved, let's get into how credit card processing works. First, you'll collect the customer's payment information at the time of purchase. In this case, their credit or debit card details. Typically, for an in-person payment, credit card details are collected and secured with a physical terminal. Online payments through a payment gateway, and over-the-phone payments through a virtual terminal. The card information is then sent to the payment processor with the POS system, card reader, online gateway, or virtual terminal. From there, the payment processor utilizes the card brand network to verify the transaction with the issuing bank. Now, once verified, an approved message will display. If the issuing bank does not verify the transaction, a decline message will display. Assuming an approved message flashes, this indicates that the payment was taken successfully. However, you haven't technically been paid yet. At the end of the day, all payment details are batched out to the payment processor. Then they utilize the card brand network to transfer the transaction funds from the issuing bank to the acquiring bank. The acquiring bank holds these transaction funds in your merchant account until the batch has settled, at which point the funds are dispersed to your business bank account. Credit card processing does incur some fees. Think back to the 5 parties involved. You don't pay credit card processing fees to yourself or to your customer. However, you will owe fees to the other parties for their services. For providing the infrastructure for credit card processing, card brand networks charge an interchange fee, typically a small percentage of each transaction processed, which will be baked into your merchant account fees. Along with that will be the fees for capturing, securing, and communicating transaction data. These fees can be as confusing as the process itself. So if you're looking for a more clear breakdown of the fees you'll pay for credit card processing, check out our video here. And as always, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, happy processing. What is credit card processing? Was that good? Shh, shh, shh. You know how customers' credit card payments, Actually, these keys. We're so close. Actually, these fees can be as confusing. Here, hold on. These keys. You get a card reader.